Newsweek magazine a few years ago did a study, that every recent assessment of the best way to confront serious American social ills involved relationships between young people and a caring adult. And that's what's missing.
What a mentor was at first, but do you go and play, or do you just like talk?
I got involved in the program because I was antisocial. Like, I didn't really talk to people about how I felt with things.
I was living at the Lydia house at the time, and the staff told me about it and got me signed up for a mentor.
I just needed a friend, that's all. A mentor is a motivator and a friend and just someone you can talk to when nobody else is around.
Well, a mentor's role is to be a friend and to come alongside, in our case, of a hurting youth, to show that they care in a lot of different ways, and to be a support, be a guide, help challenge and direct.
Iron sharpens iron. And so when you get two people together that are just having normal conversation, one person is able to learn off of some of the things the other person has gone through and get that wisdom and advice both ways, both from the mentee to the mentor and from the mentor to the mentee.
And as far as what we do, there's such a myriad of things that we've done over the years, whether it's gone to church together, we've gone on double dates, we've done Bible study, we've gone to football games, baseball games, have meals together, we've gone to museums, I mean, you name it, or we just talk on the phone.
When Scott came and picked me up the first time going to the Carney football game when I was in Hastings, that was my first time meeting him. And when I was talking to him on the phone, and I guess he was kind of lost. And I was just so ready just to get out of that place and go have a good time and just meet Scott and see what he was talking about and see what Release Ministry was really about, see the whole program was really about.
We'll schedule once a week at least. Sometimes it'll be a short time, especially when school's in session. I'll pick her up from school. Sometimes we'll read a book together. Sometimes we'll do an activity like walking a dog. We play games a lot. We've gone to the zoo before. So just try to come up with different activities to get her out of the house.
She listens. She listens to what I'm saying. She never wants to be rude and cut me off and stuff.
Well, the way I am, I'm goofy, she's goofy, she's funny, she's nice, she's caring, she smiles a lot. And you could talk to her about anything. It's like she just understands the teenagers nowadays.
So I know the struggle of how it feels to be trapped inside. And so I got around positive people that helped encourage me by lifting my faith and knowing that no matter where I was at that point, I can get up from that place and then go forward into life. So that's the positive attitude I take into mentoring these kids. Because no matter how many times you fall down, you can get up again and go forward.
He prays for my family. I pray for his family. I know his mom, and I know his grandparents, and I know his sister and his kids, and he knows my family. We've God's weaved the fabric of our lives together in such a way that Brett and I will never not be a part of each other's lives. And so when he's in trouble, I'm there. When I'm struggling with things, I take it to him and he prays for me. That's what this mentoring relationship is all about.
You know, just live out your faith and relationship with a young person, and it is about relationship. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult. It's challenging.
Well, I had like a lot of trouble like with family like relationship problems, and she helped me a lot. Like anytime I've had a problem, like she's been there to help me. Like I don't know, like I didn't have any place to go before. She let me stay at her house.
The first match that I had was with a young man who was staying at Cooper Village. And Release Ministries had asked me up front if there was any type of young man that I wouldn't want to interact with. And I have 3 daughters, and I've got 7 granddaughters. And so I had some prejudice in my heart against sexual offenders. And lo and behold, the first match I got was a young man who was accused of molesting his sisters. And I was very angry about it. I prayed, and I had determined I wasn't going to go interface with this kid.
There's a huge disconnect there, and so the youth are basically off on their own without that support and that affirmation and all that goes with that. And so they're making choices, they're looking for who they are, and they're making choices based on some wrong information and wrong belief about who they are. They don't know that they are loved.
God spoke loud and clear to me and said, you know, who are you to determine who gets to hear the good news? I love this young man just as much as I love you. So get up, go out to Cooper Village and meet this young man. So I did. And to be honest with you, I fell in love with the kid. You know, he had been abused himself by his mother and father. He was just repeating behaviors that he had learned. And I'm not excusing the behavior, but he ended up giving his life to Christ, completed the program, and was able to get out of Cooper Village and move to Ohio, where he subsequently successfully finished high school. And so that was my first experience at Release Ministries, and I learned more from that than I think this kid did from me.
They have not had those adults in their lives who have been positive, and for the most part, great percentage have been just the opposite. They've been abusive or neglectful, and there's trauma, there's woundedness that's down deep, and the Lord is the only one that can get to that. His love, you know, and that's our mission, to share the message of Jesus Christ and give them hope for transformation.
Saying he took me to get a Bible, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still use that Bible to this day. The Bible that he got me was not like the Bible, the King James Bible. He got me a study guide Bible, you know what I'm saying? So I can read this Bible and I can learn, you know what I'm saying, for what I'm reading right then, you know what I'm saying? So that was pretty big too. The Bible and learning more, just learning.
I think Brett has demonstrated or shown me just a phenomenal capacity to forgive. And I think that when I see the things that have gone on in his life and some of the pain and struggles and disappointment, you know, Brett has been shot at. He's been shot, actually shot. He's had friends be killed, friends hurt. He sees the senseless violence, and I see Brett able to forgive those things and actually pray for those folks. And Brett has shown me what forgiveness looks like.
Mentoring through Release Ministries has really helped me to humble myself. It's really opened up my eyes to just exactly what these kids are going through on a daily basis, and that all they really need is somebody to come into their life and fill them with life and give them words of encouragement and build them up. That's a lot of the time just exactly what these kids need.
I feel like I take like others into consideration now. Like before it was like pretty much like I was being stubborn about everything, and like I feel like she kind of like talked me through everything, and like I feel like I have a whole different mind frame than what I had starting out.
Spending her money on me for restaurants, even if I don't eat most of my food.
You know, our success is not measured by how the young person does. We measure success by the love and the faithfulness of our mentors, and we encourage them, you know, not to look at results, so to speak, when they come, and we can see some positive steps. That's awesome, and we rejoice in that. But just because we don't see those positive things, or we see them for a short time and then there seems to be a reversal, we don't get discouraged, because it is about planting seeds, watering seeds, and trusting God for the increase, whenever that may be.
So it doesn't matter where you come from or where you're going. It's a matter of, do you have the love of God in your heart? Do you have enough compassion to share with somebody, to bring them from the place they are in to the place that they want to be? So exponentially, I have watched the growth of so many children come through the DCYC program, the mentoring program, and I am just so thankful that God has given me the opportunity to take the challenge to help meet the needs of some of them that I've come across, and to know when I see them again and I see how great they're doing, I know it's all about Him and it's not about me.
I just want to say that my experience with Release Ministries has been as formative and instructive and a learning experience as much for me as it has been for the kids that I've worked with. And I truly love Brett. I love him as much as I love my own children. And I'm just so grateful to God that He brought us together at this point in our lives so that we could experience each other, we could share our faith and families, we could help each other deal with life struggles, and knowing that in the future we're both going to be there for each other. This relationship between the two of us is not going to end, and we're going to continue. I told him I want to dance at his wedding. I want to be there when his children are baptized. You know, I want to experience Brett's life with him, and I'm just so glad that I became a part of Release Ministries.
If you're thinking about becoming a mentor, and I hope some of you are, we always need more mentors. We interview a lot of young people. I've got quite a backlog, quite a number of youth that are waiting.
In this day and age, time is so valuable, and sometimes we're a little intimidated to sign up for something else. But I just want to encourage anyone who's considering mentoring that just an hour a week can make a huge difference in a kid's life.
Consider it to be a mentor, take the challenge. It is so rich. I mean, because not only is it fulfilling for you as a person, but look at what you're giving back to another person.
To stick with them and to pursue them and to not give up on them and to love them unconditionally and just offer that love with the willingness to be rejected. So I look back, on all the years and all the matches, and that's what comes to my mind, because that unconditional love is what is ultimately changing a heart.
He didn't know me, you know what I'm saying? And just how you can love somebody unconditionally and they ain't even yours, you know what I'm saying? You don't know them from a can of paint, you know what I'm saying? Is you know what I'm saying? But prayer, you know what I'm saying? He helped me, you know what I'm saying, learn how to pray even more, put more stuff in my head, more knowledge, new knowledge, things that I already knew, you know what I'm saying? I just had to, you know what I'm saying, bring it back. So much. Man. Hopefully I covered it.
Yeah, I think that covers it. Yeah, thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Cameron.
Love you, son.
Love you too, Scott. No question.